Good evening, everyone. It's 5:30. We'll call this meeting to order. Let us all rise, please, and recognize the Como High School Junior JRTC.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Free. Out. Right. Up. Right. Face. Out. Mark. Up. 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 Right. Right. Right.
Thank you very much. Welcome to our meeting tonight. I would like to begin by recognizing our superintendent, Ms. Trustler, for her comments.
Thank you, President Angel. Good evening, everyone. Earlier this evening, we recognized the Ramageddon robotics team for their championship wins in tournaments throughout Florida, Texas, and Louisiana. The team consists of Coach Philip Ryland and high school students from David Thibodeau STEM Magnet Academy, Acadiana, Como, Lafayette, and Southside High School. This team is doing incredible work around in the area of robotics. Also, prior to tonight's meeting, we recognized the winners of the recent Attendance Awareness Month poster contest, sponsored by Director Jerome Robinson and our truancy staff. The winning posters are displayed in front of you this evening around the board floor, messaging the importance of regular school attendance. Congratulations to the Southside High School football team for becoming District 3 5A champions. Southside High finished the season undefeated in district and 9-1 overall. Congratulations also go out to the Acadiana High and Karen Crow High School football teams for making it to the playoffs. Acadiana High School will compete this week against Riverdale. The winner of that game will face Karen Crow High next week in the regional finals. Good luck to all of our coaches, our schools, and our outstanding student athletes. Yesterday, the faculty and staff of Barranco Elementary School participated in a shopping spree at Office Depot's Pinhook location to spend a portion of over $26,000 the school received in donations from Office Depot's Back to School donation drive. Barranco Elementary is one of 3 schools across the state to receive a donation this year. In addition to the shopping spree, the school plans to purchase items that will benefit the classroom, the school, and the students. Thank you to Office Depot and the community for this generous donation. The 16.7 mills property tax on yesterday's ballot was renewed by voters. The nearly $37 million provides additional instructional support, addresses essential staffing needs, and assists with school safe day-to-day operations. I would like to thank the voters of Lafayette Parish for their continued support of our school system. I was notified this morning that our annual comprehensive financial report for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2021 qualifies for the Government Finance Officer Association Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. The Certificate of Achievement is the highest form of recognition in governmental accounting and financial reporting, and its attainment represents a significant accomplishment by a government and its management. Thank you to Mr. Dugas, Mr. Anthony Muto, and our Business Services Department for the excellent work they do for our school system. Mr. President, this concludes my comments.
Thank you very much. Moving along on information items, academics on track by 5 school readiness tax credits. I don't know, Ms.
Right here, sorry. Good evening. My name is Dr. Shannon Bernard. I am the On Track by 5 Child Care Resource and Referral Supervisor, which is a division of the Early Childhood Department for Lafayette Parish School System. I'm going to now turn it over to Michelle Luquette, who is our marketing specialist, to talk to you about school readiness tax credits.
So On Track by 5 has a contract with the Louisiana Department of Education to provide resource and referral services to child care centers and families in Lafayette Parish. A lot of our services are supplemented with the very important school readiness tax credit. This is a great time of year to remind the board and the public about this school readiness tax credit. It is a dollar for dollar refundable tax credit to all businesses in the state, as well as foundations. If you're a business, you'll get a tax credit on your Louisiana state return. If you're a foundation, you'll get it as a refund in a check. Now, the cool thing is all this money satisfies their tax liability, and the money stays in Lafayette Parish publicly funded child care centers so we can improve the quality of care to our birth to 5 children. The school readiness tax credit money supports our teacher trainings, coaching, and provides resources and materials to help improve quality in publicly funded child care centers. I would like to now turn it over to Cheryl Bartley, who is a local CPA that will tell you a little bit more about the tax credit on a CPA level.
Thank you, Michelle. As Michelle mentioned, this credit is a simple way for us to keep Louisiana taxes in Lafayette Parish. As a tax preparer, I have worked with clients claiming this credit. I'm here to share 3 easy steps. 1, write a check. Any business with a federal ID number or EIN can contribute up to $5,000 per year to On Track by 5 and get the contribution amount as a refundable credit on their tax return. 2, include the credit on your tax return. Michelle will give each business a packet that must be included with their Louisiana return. The tax preparer reports his credit on the Louisiana return, and it can be on the business return or sometimes on the individual's personal return. 3, wait for Louisiana Department of Revenue to verify the credit. As the return has been filed, the Department of Revenue will send a letter to the business or individual indicating that they are reviewing the return to verify the credit. Once verified, the return will be processed. As you can see, it's easy to participate. Now is the perfect time to make a donation to On Track by 5 to be applied to the 2022 tax return. Next to me is Chad Abel with ACSW Architects, who's a longtime contributor to the program.
So they didn't tell me I had to prepare ahead of time, so y'all just get the seat of the pants version. But yeah, apparently, according to Michelle, we've supported the program for the last 5 years. I can tell you that it was all kind of confusing. There's a lot of financial talk going through there, but we do get the tax credit back. That is actually something that does happen. And what's really great about it, just to kind of highlight what they were saying, is that the money that we donate stays in Lafayette Parish. It doesn't go to Baton Rouge only to trickle back to Lafayette. And so it's something that we're very proud to support. We've really tried to encourage other people to participate in the program as well. I think that it's really making a difference, getting kids readier for kindergarten and kind of building in that early gap. And it's just a great program. I'm really glad to say that we have been a supporter of it for a while. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. LeBoux?
Thank you, Mr. President. If somebody wanted to learn more about it online, or is there a number or a website they could review?
Yes, On Track by 5 Google Sites through Lafayette Parish School System. We'll give you all the information and the link to donate.
Great. And are there any types of businesses that are excluded from participating in this?
The only one is Acadian Ambulance because it's an ESOP. They're employee owned, but any other business can contribute.
Including sole proprietorships?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Ms. Morrison?
Yes, can you go in depth on how it impacts the students? Do you have any additional information on that?
So I'm really proud. In the last 5 years, with the school readiness tax credits, the biggest need was curriculum in the child care centers. We have about 300 child care centers in our parish that are publicly funded. In the last 5 years, between the tax credits, businesses, and the Ready Start Network, we have put 270 Tier 1 Frog Street curriculums in those childcare centers. So with that being said, the highest need is curriculum. We're doing a lot of inclusion teacher trainings this year. We need some sensory centers. We need block centers. We just need it really depends on the center needs. Our coach will go in there, work with the director, and we'll see what the highest need is for that particular center. And we do something called Adopt a Center. So Chad, Abel, they'll pick a center every year, and then we'll put a nice little sign out, and they'll be, basically we'll see the needs of that center. One center that just got adopted, we need sensory centers in there, and we need inclusion therapy and trainings in there. So it really is based on the center, but all the money does stay in Lafayette Parish Child Care Centers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. At this time, I'd like to recognize Mr. Mouton, who will give us information on a couple of new administrative employees. Mr. Mouton.
Good evening, of course, to Ms. Trosclair and to the board. I have the awesome pleasure of introducing two new administrators this evening. The first is Ms. Kadra Ellis. Ms. Ellis is the new assistant principal at Karen Crow High School. Ms. Ellis has a total of 16 years of experience in education. She holds a bachelor's degree with a certification in secondary English from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette and a master's degree in teacher leadership from Walden University. She has taught 10th, 11th, and 12th grade English and language composition, both honors and regular classes at Thrive University in Baton Rouge. She has also served as a member of the instructional leadership team. She has been the ELA content leader, senior advisor, and graduation chair. She has served as practitioner development coach for the Louisiana Resource Center for Educators, and she has also taught 9th and 10th grade English at Northside High School and served as the instructional leader at Northside High School. Ms. Ellis believes that her knowledge of curriculum and instructional strategies, command knowledge of discipline implementation, superior classroom management, and a discerning ability to create and implement needed systems and structures will benefit her in this new position. She looks forward to working with Ms. Knott and the Karen Crow High School community to continue displaying excellence at Karen Crow High. Ms. Kadra Ellis, Karen Crow High School Assistant Principal.
Greetings, everyone. To the superintendent, to the board, thank you all for this moment as well as for this opportunity to serve at Karen Crow High School. Again, my name is Kadra Ellis, and I am super excited to be at Karen Crow. Karen Crow is rich, totally tradition, rich in culture, and rich in opportunity, and I'm very excited to be a part in all that I know that we are going to grow to become. We have an amazing admin team, and Ms. Boutte, Mr. Shoemaker, Ms. Knott, of course, and I'm honored to work alongside them to just glean from their experience and wealth of knowledge. I couldn't be paired with anyone greater than Ms. Knott. She is a leader's leader. And we share in the same vision for our kids at Karen Crow. Number one, to love our kids at Karen Crow, to embrace the beautiful culture that Karen Crow has, and to teach our kids how to use their unique gifts and talents to be the people that they are destined to be, to lead the lives that they are purposed to live. So thank you all for this opportunity, and I'll see you all soon.
Next up is Mr. James Rollins, and he is the principal of La Rosen Preparatory. Mr. Rollins has a total of 28 years of experience in education. He holds a bachelor's degree in health and physical education from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette and a master's degree in administration and supervision from Southern University and A&M College in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He has taught health and physical education, world geography, and physical science at Opelousas Catholic and Opelousas High School. He has served as a head of the athletics department, a head basketball coach, an assistant football coach, assistant track and field coach, and I'm pretty sure there may be some others in there as well. He served 8 years as an administrative assistant at Opelousas High School and most recently served as an assistant principal at Lafayette High School. Mr. Rollins aspires to establish a school culture and educational program conducive to student learning and socialization. He seeks to promote staff professional growth and development, as well as teamwork and cooperation. He will coordinate his efforts with parents and family members to ensure students at La Rosen remain disciplined and focused and receive appropriate attention to meet their needs. Mr. James Rollins, La Rosen Preparatory School principal, excuse me.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Superintendent Trostler and board. Thank you very much. I hope that I can seem excited like Miss Kadra, but my day is not as glamorous as that one. But I do appreciate the job I have. Make sure that you understand there is no complaining in anything I'm saying and what I do at La Rosen Preparatory School. I am proud to be the principal there, and I'm proud of the staff. You know, one of my favorite rappers is Drake. I love my team. I want to tell you that they do a great job in support in providing all the needs. Also, the district does a great job in providing us and what we need and allowing me to hire everybody and have the services that we need to support the kids of this district. Also, I do understand that there are some changes that need to be made there, and they really support us in that. And I want you to understand that we work hard, and just recently, out of 32, we scored a 28 for the state in alternative school, which was the #1 score alternative school in the state of Louisiana. So my vision of the Rosen Preparatory School is to provide a environment of personal responsibility and support to where the student can learn the tools and skills to return to their traditional school successfully and, you know, just stay there and not come back to us. And we'd like that to happen. And thanks again to Superintendent Trostler and the board. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much. Sorry. Yes, Dr. Justin?
Thank you for the personal privilege, sir. Man, today is a good day. I've been knowing Mr. Rollins and Miss Ellis for so long, guys. Was blessed to meet Mr. Rollins at Northside when I'm coming back to Hillpot, and I was blessed to get to meet his beautiful family, his son. His son is a star basketball player. He's at Southern. He's graduating. Him and I talk frequently. That guy was mentoring me back in the day. And Miss Ellis, we were at Northside together. We were in math together. She's a grade older above me. And Miss Ellis is a phenomenal basketball player. They loved her when she was teaching there. She was the leader of the drill squad. And I want to say it correctly because I've been to her home before. She's got multiple belts, but I want to say the correct discipline. What is the discipline? Shotokan. So she is, y'all, who, Lord have mercy. It was well understood in high school. Man, you know, she's like Bruce Lee. Like, you have to understand that. And to go to her home and see the multiple belts that she possessed. And I'm like, man, you could really kick an apple off of my head. And she was like, yeah, I could if I wanted to, but we're not gonna do that. So I'm so proud of y'all guys. I love y'all. Just the best of luck. And if you need us, we're a call away. All right.
Thank you. I'd like to also congratulate both of them, especially the Sellers who's going to Carencro High School. I just want you to know that I went to Carencro, graduated from Carencro High School, but that was before you were born. Moving along, we'd like to recognize Mrs. Trostler again concerning the LSU Ag Center report. Ms. Trostler?
Okay, good evening. Charles A. Bear with the LSU Ag Center. Today we are going to present our annual report. Good evening, Superintendent Trustclair, board, and members of the audience. The LSU Ag Center is part of a program that's located here in the parish. We have an office in all 64 parishes, but the LSU Ag Center is a local land grant presence in the office. Both we have LSU employees in Southern that represent the Ag Center, and our mission is to deliver research-based educational programs to the citizens of each parish. Here with me tonight, part of our staff's here, Mr. Stan Dutiels, A&R, Ag and Natural Resources, and then Ms. Julie Linton and Ms. Bobby Mitchell are both nutrition educators in our program. As many of you know, the Louisiana Cooperative Extension Service began in the early 1914s, but it's a three-way partnership between federal government, which is USDA, the state land grant universities. In Louisiana, we have both LSU and Southern, and then both Lafayette Consolidated Government and yourself, the Lafayette School Board, do contribute to our local salary support. These are some of the programs that our Ag and Natural Resource agents perform to all the clientele and with the clientele within our parish and even surrounding parishes, because some of our agents do conduct services or programs in neighboring parishes as well. But they work, many of the homeowners call with tree questions and things of our master gardeners. They are a big part of the program. There are several hundred master gardeners. Even though people apply for the Master Gardener program, it's housed through Lafayette, but we actually take Master Gardeners or applicants from the neighboring parishes that come in and become a part of the program, and they do hundreds of outreach education throughout the year. Just that group of Master Gardeners volunteer over 8,000 hours a year in our community. Moving on, our Family and Consumer Science programs conduct youth programs, adult programs, and health fairs in the community with multiple agencies within our community. And then, as y'all know, we are back in the school system, and we are very appreciative of all of you and your support. There are just about 50 schools now in Lafayette that have clubs. So currently this past year, there were 934 members and 30 clubs. We are well above 1,200 currently for this school year, and we are right at 50 clubs. And then in addition, the LSU Ag Center does offer curriculum support for teachers in all program areas, and the subject matters are all listed on the right-hand side of the slide, but anything from clover buds, embryology, health rocks, financial management, stand strong, school gardens, and youth wetlands that teachers can actually receive free to incorporate in their curriculum that does meet state standards. In addition, we have many 4-H volunteers that do contribute in Lafayette over 10,000 hours a year, both youth high school students as well as adults. We went back this summer to 4-H camp, which is located in Pollock. Camp was damaged from both Laura and Delta, so we were downsized, but we knew we had to go back to camp because this was the 100th anniversary of camp. Even though it was smaller, we went back to Camp Grant Walker. These are some of the pictures from camp this summer. So we will be moving back to a full capacity of, if any of you are interested and want to spend a week at camp, camp holds 572 beds, people per week. So we can get you through the application process if that's something you're interested in as board members or parents. As y'all know, the School Garden Initiative, we are in 9 schools in Lafayette Parish. The School Garden Initiative Cook-Off is back on for the first weekend or Saturday in February. So we will be at David Thibodeau. Y'all will receive more information about that. But each of our schools do have a team. A team consists of 5 youth, an elected official, and many of you have filled that role in the past as the elected official, a chef, and a school employee. And they create a My Plate meal. That meal has been served on the school systems menu the following year in conjunction with Child Nutrition Week and Farm to School Month. And then just want to thank y'all and reiterate our mission. But the mission of the Ag Center is to improve the lives through the educational process using research-based information based on needs and issues within each of our communities. You do have a packet that is a copy of the PowerPoint, our annual report, and then a program summary, a profile of the Lafayette program from this past year with the needs that were assessed for the current year that we are currently in. Again, want to thank y'all for your continued support of the LSU Ag Center programs in Lafayette Parish. You have any questions?
Thank you.
All right, thank y'all.
Moving along, we'd like to recognize, again, Mrs. Trostler, who will let us know about the principal at Myrtle Place and the Terrence Bell Award.
It's actually
I'm sorry.
going to be me. I'm going to cut in on Ms. Trostler here, just because the principal at Myrtle Place is someone who holds a special place in my heart. I want to first off say that Catherine Purcell has been awarded the Terrell H. Bell Award this year as one of 9 principals nationwide in recognition of her work at Myrtle Place Elementary School. Under her, she arrived there when I still had children at Myrtle Place. And so this was, I guess, 2018, 15, see, I can't even remember how long ago it was. 17, I wasn't that far off, okay. She arrived in 2017 when our prior principal, who was doing a fantastic job, moved away with her husband so he could pursue his career. And she was a gift from the heavens to get a native French-speaking principal to be the principal at our only fully French immersion school in Lafayette Parish. I remember the day that Dr. Aguilar called me and the applications were open. He said, "Justin, you're not going to believe this. We had a native French speaker apply." And I said, "Well, what do you know, Doc?" Like, what do you know? You leave it in God's hands, and He'll take care of it. But upon arrival, she has made such a positive impact on that school. It went from a C to an A. Not overnight, but due to hard work and due to focusing on our students and meeting their needs where they are when they arrive at school. She believes I know for a fact she believes that school culture plays such an important role in delivering quality education and delivering quality instruction to our students. And then I also, I live right down the street from the school, and I walk past on a pretty regular basis getting my exercise. And the children outside playing and speaking to each other in French on the playground is such a wonderful experience and such a wonderful thing to have in our neighborhood. And Madame, I'm so eternally grateful for not only everything you've done for my children, but also everything you've done for every child that's gone through Myrtle Place Elementary School since 2017. Thank you very much.
Madame, do you have any comments? You don't have to, just at least offer it. And I would also like to, as she makes her way to the podium, to recognize staff that is here, and Mr. Aber, Mr. Jarvis, all of those folks for your hard work at Myrtle Place. You've made it a very special place. The school, as you know, is a recipient of the National Blue Ribbon Award, so congratulations to the entire staff.
Bonsoir. Good evening. Well, first of all, thank you, Superintendent Trostler. Thank you to the board members. Thank you, Dr. Aguilar, for believing in me years ago. Like Ms. Ellis mentioned earlier, loving our students, I will take that because when there is love, there is hope. And once we walk at Myrtle Place, you can feel the love because that's what we give first to not only our students, but to our teachers, our staff, and our parents. I feel like our school is united. I feel like we are very much connected with our school community, our neighbors, because to me it's important to get along with neighbors also. But without the work of my amazing team, we wouldn't be here today. They are intentional, and intentions is what matters when you have to teach those children. You have to be intentional, and they are. They work hours, they work after school. They are actually just coming from school now. So I would like to thank my team, Mr. Hebert, the teachers, because everybody, to the cafeteria ladies, to my custodian staff, they love those children. So I want to congratulate them also because they are definitely part of it. Thank you.
Congratulations, y'all. That is so awesome. Congratulations. That's awesome. I can't remember where I've seen that bell before, though. I've seen that bell before. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh, our superintendent has one. Oh, you have two? I have one bell, I have two now. Oh, okay, okay, excuse me, okay.
Madame Berset, on est fiers de vous et votre travail et votre employee. Merci. Moving along, litigation, discussion concerning pending litigation.
I make a motion, we go into executive session.
Motion and a second by Mr. Marston that we go in executive session. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. We'll be back.
This big? This big? I would say 30 people, 40 people. I would say, because you have the two tables with 4 people per, and that many rows back. 10 rows back. Yeah.
He looks like he's. I know. Excuse me.
Okay, we're back in regular session, and I'll accept the motion on the
Make a motion that we come back come out of, back to,
Regular session.
regular session. I knew it was one of them sessions.
motion to go back in regular session. We have a second.
Second.
Thank Ms. Morrison. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Motion carries. The chair will now recognize,
I'll go ahead.
okay.
Like to make a motion that we, accept council's recommendation. The advice of council. Thank you, Dr. Shasso. Justin usually does this.
Second.
We have a second by Ms. Morrison, that we accept the advice of council. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carries. Okay, we'll move along to the consent agenda. 4.1, discussion on action concerning addition to the 22-23 student parent handbook regarding the improper use of electronic telecommunication devices. Okay, we'll pull 4.1. Discussion or action concerning resolution American Education Week.
Pull that, please.
You want to pull that?
Yes, sir.
4.3, discussion or action concerning drill instructor job description. 4.4, employee services discussion or action concerning adjustment to the instructional pay scale and associated budget to the general fund. 4.5, discussion or concerning budget revision to self-funded construction fund. 4.6, discussion or action concerning resolution 11-22-2047, State Parent and Family Engagement Month. 4.7, discussion or action concerning revisions to policy DCF fund balances. 4.8, discussion or action concerning granting authority to the board president and/or the superintendent to execute the act of sale for the purchase of a portion of the old Walmart at 1229 Northwest Evangeline Thruway and approve a budget revision transferring $295,000 from committed for HVAC Fund 80 to Warehouse Consolidation Fund 45 to accommodate the consolidation of the general and food service warehouse.
Can you pull that?
Pull 4.8. 4.9, discussion or action concerning the budget to actual for October 2022. 4.10, discussion or action concerning Truman Pre-K Construction Fund. 4.11, superintendent, discussion and/or action concerning the minutes of the July 26, October 12, 2022 meeting. Approval of all action. Okay, so we've pulled 4.8, 4.1, and 4.2, right?
Don't we need to make a motion? Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion that we accept or approve all items not pulled.
Motion second, that we approve all items not pulled. At this time, I would ask if there's anyone in the audience who wants to make a comment concerning the motion is not pulled. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Hey, great school board, it's Stephanie Skinner and Touchette, concerned Acadianian. I wanted to ask about 4.6, the federal. State Parent Family Engagement Month. I don't know what that is, but I don't like the way it's worded, how it says state parent and then family engagement. So what does that mean? The state's the parent and then the family gets to engage with the state being the parent? Well, we just need to watch these people, the federal government, like a hawk. We need to watch them because they say Merrick Garland says he's coming for our children. Joe Biden says he's coming for our children. And the state's not our children's parents. You know, the reason why our children are suffering so much is because both parents have to work. One has to work to pay Uncle Sam, and the other one has to work to put food on the table. So I just want to make sure that we know as a community that the state is not the parent of our children. And also, some states are saying, we're going to take your child. So we just need to watch these people like a hawk, and I know that we are, and thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Any other comments? Okay, then we have a motion and a second that we act on, vote on the items not pulled. I'll call for the vote. Madam Secretary, you want to push the button or whatever?
Nine for, none against.
Motion carries. We'll move back to 4.1, discussion or action concerning addition to the 2022-23 Student Parent Handbook regarding the improper use of electronic telecommunication devices.
I'll make a motion, Mr. President, that the board approves in addition to the Level 3 elementary and Level 2 middle school, high school consequences of behavior policy in the 2022-2023 Student Parent Handbook by adding Code 52, improper use of electronic communication devices.
Okay, we have a motion.
Second.
We have a second by Ms. Morrison. Discussion?
Yes.
Any comments from members of the public? Members of the board?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I'll pull that item for discussion purposes. I've got a hard time wrapping my arms around that when we tell people if you see something, say something. And when we voted some time ago to allow phones on the campus, the vote was 8-1. I disagree with the phones on the campus, but I think it serves a purpose. And one of the biggest problems we've got in our system is discipline. And if we are videoing or telegraphing something that is illegal, immoral, or whatever, I think we should know it. By them not videoing was maybe bullying or any. We had, 8 cyber attacks last month, since school opened. And if we know something is wrong and something going on, and we've got video that it is, it's a feather in our cap. So the 90-day suspension, I don't think is going to stop anything. If we know a crime is being committed and we got evidence that it's committed by use of the phone or any electronic telecommunication device, we can correct it. But this way, I think, unless someone correct me if I'm wrong, this way, if they're not allowed to do that, then we cannot correct the problems or the challenges that comes up in the school system. So, having said that, I cannot support this because it does not do what I consider the intent of school or school property or teachers or student safety.
Any other comments from members of the board? Hearing none. Madam Secretary, we'll call for the vote.
7 for, 2 against.
Motion carries, and we'll move on to item 4.2, which is discussion on action concerning Resolution American Education Week. Dr. Aguilar?
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the board approve Resolution 11-022-2049, American Education Week.
Second by my good friend from Acadiana, who won by just 1 point. But you won, fair.
Well, first of all, who goes for a 2-point conversion out the shotgun? But anyway, you get a repeat in the second round of playoffs. We're coming back to the Crow Dome.
All right, any discussion on this item? If not, Madam Secretary, I'm sorry. Come on up, come on up. You're always welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, Board. Good over Superintendent Trosclair. Thank you, Dr. Aguilar, for assisting us with this. Just a little background information. American Education Week was created in 1921 by the National Education Association, which is our national affiliate, and the American Legion, after learning that 25% of World War I draftees were illiterate. They recognized the essential nature of public education to the security and success of our country. We celebrate so many individual parts of the education system, teachers, custodians, but it is also important that we celebrate the system itself. The education system takes in millions of students every day, keeps them safe, educates them, and loves them. The educational system prepares these students for their future careers and service to our country. Without public education, our democracy and economy would not be able to function. In recent years, public education has been heavily under attack from many groups, so it is even more imperative that we support our educational system. So we call upon the public to recognize, promote, and protect education locally as well as nationally. Specifically, our organization is asking that all stakeholders join us in opposing the changes to the accountability system that will be before the State Board of Education tomorrow. If you have time and are so disposed, we ask you reach out to your member of BESI and then let them know we want a fair accountability system, not one that values only what one person or one agenda wants. We want an accountability system that values any choice that our students make, whether that be to go to college, to go to a career, or go into the service. Thank you. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Mr. Angel.
Yes, sir.
May I read the
you most certainly
resolution
may, yes,
before
sir.
the vote? Thank you. Resolution 11-022-2049. Whereas public schools are the backbone of our democracy, providing young people with the tools they need to maintain our nation's precious values of freedom, civility, and equality. And whereas by equipping young Americans with both practical skills and broader intellectual abilities, schools give them hope for and access to a productive future. And whereas education employees, be they instructional, administrative, or education support professionals, work tirelessly to serve our children and communities with care and professionalism. And whereas schools are community linchpins, bringing together adults and children, educators and volunteers, business leaders and elected officials in a common enterprise. Now therefore be it resolved that the Lafayette Parish School Board, 1, thanks the educators of the Lafayette Parish school system, including support professionals and substitutes, and 2, promotes the profession of education and the contributions of educators by encouraging students, parents, school administrators, and public officials to recognize American Education Week, November 14 to November 18, 2022.
Thank you. If there's no other discussion, Madam Secretary will call for the vote.
Nine for, none against.
Motion carries. We'll move on to the final item, which is 4.8, discussion or action concerning granting authority to the board president and/or the superintendent to execute the act of sale for the purchase of a portion of the old Walmart at 1229 Northwest Evangeline Thruway and approve a budget revision transferring $295,000 from the committed for HVAC fund to warehouse consolidation to accommodate the consolidation of the general and the food service warehouse. And I'll recognize Dr. Chasson. You want to make a
Yeah,
motion, Doc? And we
Yes, sir.
start the
I'd
discussion?
like to make a motion to table to the next meeting.
Next week.
To the next meeting.
I'm sorry. Okay, we have a motion to table this item till the next meeting. Do we have a second?
I don't support tabling it, but I'll give Dr. Chasson the respect to second it.
So we have a second,
Yes.
okay? Any discussion on this motion from members of the audience? Discussion from the board. Yes, sir, Doctor.
And listen, guys, fellow board members, I'm okay if this fails. If you guys want to go ahead and approve it, let it fail or whatever. It's just I'm inherently compelled to. I've only requested one bit of information, and the individual agency that we're purchasing it from and the agent, they just won't release that information. Something that's going to appear as soon as we close, the day we close, they're going to open up a folder and it's going to be right there, and they just won't disclose it. And I just would like to know that information before we actually proceed on. But that's just me. It's up to you guys. I'm assuming, I know we do need this. Apparently it's a good price. I have a couple lesser issues with purchasing something Mr. Centani mentioned, which kind of makes sense, but more so for me, it's just, I just want to know that piece of information. They just won't release it, which I've never heard of before in a real estate transaction.
If there's no other discussion, Madam Secretary will call for the vote.
One for, 8 against.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion that the board authorizes the board president and our superintendent negotiate and execute the act of sale and associated joint maintenance agreements for the purchase of a portion of the old Walmart at 1229 Northwest Evangeline Thruway, and approves a budget revision transferring $295,000 from committed for AC Fund 80 to Warehouse Consolidation Fund 45 to accommodate the consolidation of the general and food services warehouses.
We have a motion. Mr. Broussard, second the motion. Okay. Any discussion on this motion from anyone in the audience? Members of the board? If not, Madam Secretary will call for the vote on this motion.
Eight for, 1 against.
Motion carries. That was the last item on the agenda. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.